Castles were built to keep enemies out. But when it comes to mysterious constructions, Houska Castle stands entirely alone. That's because this castle was raised to keep something in, something that was never meant to escape. Legend says the fortress was built over a deep, bottomless pit, a chasm locals believed was a gateway to hell. And the deeper you look at Houska Castle, the stranger its true purpose appears to be. Erected in the 13th century during the reign of King Ottokar II of Bohemia, Houska Castle stands in a remote forest north of Prague. From the moment you see it, you begin to question the castle's entire reason for existing. There is no river to guard, no town to protect, no kingdom to control, and no nearby trade routes. Historians agree on one thing: from a military perspective, the fortress makes little sense. Even more puzzling, there was no reliable water source, and, for a long time, the castle didn't even have a kitchen. Stranger still, the stronghold lacked the traditional fortifications to keep intruders out. Instead, most of its defenses appear to face inward, as if to trap something inside. Then what was it built for, and why this unusual layout? It's said that long before the castle was raised, locals believed something was already here, something hidden beneath the rock. Before construction ever began, locals spoke of a giant hole in the limestone cliff, with peculiar smoke rising from it and unnatural sounds echoing from below. No matter how many stones were thrown into it, no sound of them hitting the bottom was ever heard, as if the pit was endless. The stories told of dark, winged creatures and monstrous half-human figures that crawled out at night to terrorize the countryside. Some stories claimed these creatures slaughtered livestock and even dragged people back into the pit. These accounts belong firmly to legend, not documented history. But what matters is their persistence and the fear they instilled in the hearts of the local people. And one story more than any other gave that fear a human face. As these terrifying tales spread, a local noble decided to investigate. But no one was willing to venture into what they believed was hell itself. The story goes that the noble made an offer to a man with nothing to lose, a prisoner condemned to death. He would receive a full pardon if he agreed to be lowered into the hole on a rope. Facing certain death, the young man agreed. They brought him to the edge of the pit and began to lower him into the darkness. For a few moments, there was silence. But after that, the man began to scream in terror. When they pulled him up, his hair had turned white, and he looked as though he had aged decades in an instant. And whatever he had seen left him unable or unwilling to speak. He died only days later, taking whatever he saw and whatever he feared to his grave. As terrifying as it is, this story belongs to local folklore. Still, it clarified one thing in the minds of the inhabitants: the pit had to be sealed. Following this alleged event, King Ottokar II commissioned the construction of Houska Castle around 1270 on top of the chasm. Most of the stronghold's defences were designed to face inward, as if to trap whatever lay inside. To seal the portal and keep the demonic forces at bay, the castle's chapel was built directly over the pit. Dedicated to the Archangel Michael, who led God's army against Lucifer, the chapel was decorated with the most unusual frescoes. Indeed, the chapel at Houska Castle contains some of the oldest and most enigmatic Gothic frescoes in Central Europe. Rather than purely biblical imagery, the paintings depict distorted figures, strange creatures, and unsettling symbolism rarely found in medieval religious art. The most famous and controversial mural depicts a female centaur aiming a bow at a human figure with her left hand, a detail associated with evil in the Middle Ages. Many believe this image represents the half-human, half-animal hybrids said to have crawled out of the gateway, a warning about what lay beneath the floor. For many years, the castle seemed to do its job. But centuries later, its sinister reputation apparently attracted one of history's most notorious groups. During World War II, the German military occupied Houska Castle from 1939 to 1945, and the SS made use of the fortress. This event is historically documented. Once again, the castle's location made this a bizarre choice, as it offered no strategic advantage. This has fueled widespread speculation that the Nazis weren't interested in the building for tactical reasons, but for occult ones. It is well known that SS leader Heinrich Himmler was obsessed with mysticism and the harnessing of supernatural powers. Rumors and theories suggest Himmler chose Houska specifically because of its legend as a gateway to hell, perhaps hoping to harness its power as a weapon. There's no hard evidence for this, as the Nazis destroyed all their records when they retreated. But this chapter adds another layer of darkness to an already terrifying legacy. Today, Houska Castle stands quietly, much as it has for centuries. While these stories remain legends and no scientific proof of a gateway to hell exists, the disturbing architecture and powerful folklore make Houska one of Europe's most unsettling mysteries. The current owners, descendants of the former president of Skoda, forbid any excavation. Some say it's to preserve the historic site, while others whisper it's out of fear of reawakening what's trapped below, or perhaps of what secrets the Nazis may have left behind. So, what is Houska Castle? A peculiar but otherwise normal medieval building whose strange design gave birth to centuries of fantastic stories. Or is it something more? A stone guardian designed to be a permanent lock on a door that was never meant to be opened. If this story intrigued you, continue to the strangest spaces ever found inside medieval castles, where underground fortresses, sealed chambers, and legends about secret tunnels reveal how often history hides its strangest truths behind stone walls.